Some 25% of your back pain, neck pain, or any musculoskeletal pain usually are caused by emotion. And you might ask how a chiropractor knows a back pain or neck pain is emotionally caused. And that's a fair question. And the way we do it, before even we touch you, we do any exam on you, we usually take a thorough history. In your past medical history or current medical history, we're looking for things like such as work stress, family stress, or anxiety, depression, peptic ulcer, digestive issue. If you had any major trauma such as car accident, or we directly ask a patient if anybody had emotional trauma such as grief. And there are different type of stress, process cause or event cause, sometimes process happening over and over again, or such as car accident is just happen. So in this video animation, we're going to explain in very layman's terms how emotional issue can be translated into musculoskeletal pain or trauma.
The causes of stress could be three types: emotional, physical, and chemical. Now, for purpose of this video, we're going to focus on emotional stress or emotional subluxation. Now, we have two types of stress. Usually the type that is processed, it lives with us. It takes time. Something very trivial as traffic, having a work stress, family dispute with sibling, going through divorce, marriage issue, or a process of grief. Now, these stress that are caused by a process, they could take anywhere between a week, a month, a year, or decades. Now we have a second type of stress which is caused by an event, major event such as car accident, or even exposed to a car accident, or exposed to a major violence. That also could have lasting effect on our physiology. Now let me demonstrate in layman's terms how that emotional stress can translate to lateral physiology, eventually to all type of musculoskeletal issue, to even major pathology. Imagine you get angry at somebody. Have you seen people who get angry and they clench their teeth and they get to a locked jaw position because of overwhelmed emotion? I'm sure most of us are exposed to someone who had a major emotional anger with somebody and their jaw got to a major spasm and he got locked. And most of us understand that's a direct correlation of an anger that cause a muscle spasm, in this case, a locked jaw, and eventually causing TMJ. While locking the jaw is very obvious, there are other parts of our body that they go through exact same process, but they're not that obvious. Such as major muscle in our back, they go through exact same process of spasm due to emotional stress, to big muscle inside us, such as psoas muscle that are front of our spine, or even the muscle that are connecting each spine, and believe it or not, they bite exactly like you bite your jaw, and they restrict the movement of your vertebrae. Now, scientists believe our body distracts us with physical stress to distract us from emotional stress. Body thinks sometimes bearing physical pain is better than bearing emotional pain. And by creating back pain, jaw pain, all that stuff, it will distract us from such a pain, emotional pain. Now, what to do about that? We talked about the problem. Let's now talk about some solution. First of all, we need to acknowledge that we do have a problem. Let's not bury our head in the sand and ignore it. By ignoring it, basically the emotional stress actually gets worse. Second of all, we should learn not to bury our emotion but express them, not necessarily to the person who caused it, the partner that is divorcing you, or the family member that giving you emotional issue, but talk about it to someone who you trust, someone who will listen to you. And yes, this emotional issue are eventually our physical issue, and you do need to get some type of help from a therapist such as chiropractor or acupuncturist. And last but not least, you need to learn mindful meditation. Now, mindful meditation is a hard work. Do not think it's like hypnosis or you're going to go to sleep and, oh my God, I'm relaxing, I'm letting go of my problem. Mindful meditation is you focusing on a part of the body and you bring it to consciousness. You consciously telling that body to let go, that muscle to let go. And you start with few minutes a day with the focusing on your breathing at the beginning, and then you focusing on the muscle or the problem part, and then you get distracted once in a while, and that's okay. You should forgive yourself. Just bring your mind back to consciousness. Start with few minutes a day, bring it all the way to half an hour. Now, there are lots and lots of research that they say mindful meditation actually works in many levels. I urge you to go Google Shamatha project. That there was one double-blind research study that they literally saw that people who did mindful meditation physiologically they were different than the people who didn't. Thank you for listening to this video. Have a healthy and great day.